Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for 1:1 scale full action plastic mold kit. We have the Soldier Assault or Scout from the Megami devices. Now this is another Kotobukiya kit, and we already seen the frame arms girls. I think they're awesome. I really enjoy building them, and I guess this is another series or mold kit series they're having, so gotta try it. Here's the box. And also I got mine from Amiami. This is really nice. I like what they did here. The girls themselves are in that gloss. Otherwise everything else is in that matte finish for the box. Yeah, it's a really nice box art. And onto the side here. Yeah, even onto the side. A little preview of what to expect inside as well. Let's see what else we got here. Here it does have a decal sheet. And we have 3 pieces for each one, and this is retailed for 4,800 yen, roughly about $50, maybe a little bit more, including shipping. But definitely it's a nice kit. Unfortunately, I think this is probably the only drawback here. You have to pick. You either pick this girl or that girl. Yeah, unfortunately you can only make one. They only give you one body. I wonder if they're gonna make blister packs later on. That way you can go back here and reuse it. Otherwise you may have to buy 2 kits. But then again, if you think about it, it's about $50. The frame arms girls are around that price point, and you're only getting one. Here you have the ability to convert it which way you want it to. Again, it kind of sucks that it will be nice if you can build 2, but yeah. Anyways, that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so here we go. Now, I was looking at the Kotobukiya's website and get a little bit more information on this. So there are 2 modes. You have the Busu mode, which has the armor, and we have the Sotai mode, which is right here without the armor. Kind of like what they're doing with Frame Arms Girl. You have those 2 options, and I found them really cool. Now on this one, I pick the brown haired girl, and she does have her own flesh tone. It's a little darker than the blonde haired girl. Now there is a separate runner right here for that, which I haven't assembled. But again, you can assemble this to change out all the flesh parts there. I just kind of assembled just the head part right here, and yeah, it looks great. Now I'll just do a quick swap here. There we go. Yeah, the skin tone is not going to be matching, but just for the sake of the review. Yeah, it's quite nice. Now, let's see what else we got here. In comparison with the Frame Arms Girl, I have Matira here, the pink-haired one. Seems like they're a little smaller. Yep, just slightly smaller. And there is some parts that you can even swap out the head, but we'll do that later on. Which I find that really cool that they're able to do that. Actually, you know what? Let's do it now. Might as well. So, what they did is you take this out. I believe we're gonna pop this neck right here. There we go. It's kind of interesting how they did this. There's a hinge there to go back and forth, and then there's another hinge to go side to side. So basically, it's kind of like it gives you a good range. So there is another swappable piece here. Just pop that in. This has a smaller ball joint there. And let's see if this works. Yeah, take that out. Unfortunately, I have to pop that out. There we go. Right, let's put this on here. There we go. And yeah, so you can definitely swap it out with the Frame Arms Girl's head, and this kind of gives you a lot more possibilities, which is great. Alright, so going over the articulation, we have the neck here, which we kind of discussed already. So a fairly good articulation there. First, I kind of find it a little weird. It seems like the neck is long, but I think it kind of works out. It's just that the way the joint is. But the neck is actually starts on top there. Now moving on, you have your shoulder articulation. It's a ball joint right here, and you get a hinge as well. Oops, till that pops off, but yeah, you have a fairly good range of articulation. Now the back side has kind of like a shoulder blade here, but it does swivel in front to kind of give you a bit more of range. Yep. So you can touch the other shoulder here. Very nice design. I like it. I mean, obviously it's gonna be looking odd to certain size, but I mean, being able to have more range of articulation is quite great. And you got your bicep swivel there. Just pop that out. There we go. Then you have your chest area here. You got that ball joint combination of a hinge. It's kind of weird how they've designed it, but yeah, it works. So this one is actually quite nicer than the frame arms girl in terms of the body's design. It's a lot nicer. Unfortunately, I think this is the only drawback on this one. This part here tends to pop off. It's only held by 2 small pegs right there. And as you move this back and forth, you have a tendency for this lower part to push it out. Not a big thing, since you can always pop it back in, but there is that tendency. Right, then you get your hips. You can do a fairly good bend there. Yep. And side to side. So fairly good articulation. And then you got your butt area right there, which is great. And you'll probably start noticing that now. The wrist point on this one does have a tendency to pop off. I wish the peg is a little longer, but you know, depending on the hand, some of them needs to be really short. So there is a possibility of it popping off, but it's a good range of articulation for the wrist here. You just gotta work your way on it. Moving down here, now how the waist here is made, well, I said for later on, but let me just undo this connection here. There we go. I know it's kind of weird dismantling this, but just want to show this. So there's a T connection there. It pegs up, then pegs to each side of the leg, and you have this nice hinge here for the legs. So that's how it is connected. And this is actually just held by little nubs there for this whole waist. And actually, if you don't have the legs, this thing kind of just flops around. But with everything on there, it works quite well. Yeah. And you can always kind of pull this down to get a little bit more leg room for her to do the sitting pose. And really nice articulation there. And the way they designed the knee looks really, really nice. It works. Not much gap or some kind of weird angle. It's just nice. And just looking from the back side of that, there we go. It is a kit, so certain parts I still gotta fix that. There we go. Yeah, quite nice. Then you have your ankle here. It's a peg that goes down. You got your toe here. And yeah, just a lot of cool poses you can do with her. There we go. And let's just put this back on the base here. Your typical base for Kotobukiya. It's like a similar thing for frame arms. So yeah, you could just display it like that. Otherwise, just getting back to this version, she does have a ponytail here. It's ball jointed on both sides, which is really nice. This is actually a separate piece here. But yeah, really cool. Now for the faces, each one again comes with 3. So I've used one of them already. I think for the most part, you have the neutral smile here. And you kind of have one that's, I think, pouting a little bit. Or I'm not sure, that's more of a neutral. And this one, yeah. and you have one with the mouth open, or kind of like when they're angry, shouting, whatnot. So here it is, and let's do a swap. So for this, you're just gonna open the halves right there, pop this out, pop that in, and there we go. Very easy. Right, so that's that part, and let's go over transforming her. And now this is the part where we're gonna swap out the parts, and I think the Busu mode. All right, let's do it. Almost forgot. So I just want to go over this. Now for the wrist, you're actually getting 2 of the E plates, so that's roughly 6 of those wrist joint. I think some people are complaining that in frame arms girls you only get like 1 pair. Oh, here you got plenty. Unfortunately, they don't work the way I wanted them to, especially for the closed fists. They tend to pop off. So here's a variety of hands. So aside from the relaxed hands here, you have one that's kind of like the pointing one, which works for the pistols. You have another one like here. I think it's just for holding an accessory. Then you have the closed fist right here and more relaxed open hands. So you get the 5 pairs of hands right there. Alright, so let's start with the legs and work our way up. So with this, let's take out the base again. We're gonna detach the legs here. Same thing here. And I would suggest to take your time. You don't want to break that. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about, which is loose when you don't have the legs. And actually, you have to dismantle like several sections here as well. But let's start with the legs. So this is one side. We're gonna replace this with this. Make sure the orientation of the leg, you know, the butt side is on here. And we're gonna replace this one with this shoe. The clothing is onto the outside part, so there we go. It just slides in. It's actually kind of cool that they have this kind of flap, like the shin guard. And this one you can move down or up. So that's one leg. Same thing here. We're gonna swap that out. It's quite nice. It's just easy swap out. It's like having a figure. Alright, so we got those. Now this one, we're gonna swap out the inside part as well. Let's see here. Take this out. Since I'm kind of curious why we have to do this, but it's in the instruction. I think it's because of this bottom part here. Anyways, we have to remove this the flesh color. Take that out and remove this inside part here. We're gonna replace it. Where is that piece? Should have it with me. Well, I got this part here. And there we go, found it. So there's a black piece right here. And we're just gonna slide that in. There we go. If it doesn't work one way, do it the other. There we go. Put this here. Now, I find it odd that it's, well, this is still white, but I guess the inner garment is black. Yeah. It's just a little odd. I mean, we could just leave the white there. Probably just take this out here and slide it out. But just follow instructions here. Again, you can customize this to whichever way you want it to. So let me attach this here, and we got the bottom side there. Alright, moving up. I'm gonna remove this. We're not gonna use these arms here. We're gonna be using a separate set. And same thing with the head here. Let's pop that out for now. We're gonna remove this chest plate, and as well as this back side. The neck, it's gonna be different as well. So you kind of move this out of the way, and we have to remove this section here. I find this hard to remove the first time. It's kind of odd. But we're removing this. And we're replacing it with one that has a black section on it, like here. You know, a black neck. Push this out, or push it back here. Kind of locks this whole section down. Then there's another chest plate here. There we go. With some kind of a neck protector. Some sort. So that's kind of cool. And getting back here, putting this here. We're almost there. We can put this back on here. There we go. Now for the shoulder, you got this whole assembly here. And we're just gonna put it in. There we go. As well as this other side. Now this one, oddly, they've changed the hands. We went with the old style from the frame arm skill, having that the ball joint is connected. Now there might be some merit of using this one. It gives it a better grip, especially when you're holding the weapons. So that's that. And along with that, you get another set of hands, which is really nice. So likewise, you're gonna have a pair of open hands, like what we normally get. It might have been the same mold also. So you get the open hands there. You have the same pair of hands to hold the weapon, like this one. I think I have it on holding this dagger or sword here. And you have, you know, the relax hand here as well. Again, they come in pairs, and you have another one for the weapon. But I have it on the blaster, which we'll go over in a bit. So yeah, well, quite nice. Alright, so getting back to the base, we're actually, there is, almost forgot. There's this thing here that goes on the back. It's kind of huge. It's probably for supplies or some kind of booster, whatnot. But it's kind of cool. Quite nifty design. It's in several. It's just pegged in. You can customize this, and yeah. And all these connections are 3mm peg. So that works really well for other Kozubuki related products like the MSG, frame arms, and whatnot. Alright, so getting back to this, what I was trying to do is you can swap this out. This is a combination of this piece here and a ball. This is plastic, it's not polygam. Might be a good thing that it's plastic. Still not fond of Kozubuki polygams, but they have gone a little better from the old times. Alright, so we're swapping it with this one. It kind of sticks up, and this goes to... Oh, I think I got this upside down. That's probably why. Right there. There we go. There's a peg connection underneath. When that goes there, it's kind of odd how it connects, but there we go. And this works out for her. Alright. And let's go over the other accessories. The great thing about this kit is there's just more stuff to go over. Alright, so with that said, let's talk about the blaster. So I kind of put this hand already in there. They're easy to put on. There's peg connections here and there, even the little small ones. Yeah, definitely a lot of possibilities. So this is it. There is an option to put this on top here. Or I think it goes this way, I believe. Yep. There we go. And actually this one, you can take this out and I put it on this side, which is cool. And I think this is the Scout version, where you have the wings, and I think you're actually using the other girls, which I will just swap here. There we go. And I will just swap the... It's a lot of swapping. Right there. Now you see this kind of like on the wrist, there's a peg connection. They actually give us this, kind of locks in the wrist and the weapon. Not quite, because you can rotate this thing around. So put this on here, but I like that idea. It kind of gives it a little bit more security for holding the weapon. So you can move this. Whoops, and there it goes. You can move this around. So that's actually nice that they've added that. All right, now let's put this back on here. So this is the Scout. Then the Assault version is obviously with the brown hair, but again, you can mix and match. So just taking this out and replacing the, there we go. And we gotta remove this wings. But I mean, you can keep the wings. It's your preference. Yep, there we go. You probably put the wings on to the legs as well. Or if you have to, you can put more. Alright. So that's, oh, this thing is supposed to stay there. Alright, so you get the Assault version. Now you also have the sword here, which we kind of briefly look at. You can pull this down. And there is another peg here, which I mean, you can probably look for a spot here that might work to attach it. Does it attach here? Yep, it does attach there, oddly. Or, hey, maybe it could work as a bayonet. Does it? It does. Obviously, it's kind of weird having it there, but I wish there's something that's this way. Oh, anyways, a lot of possibilities. Alright, and also we have this shovel. They actually gave us a shovel, which folds up. It's a weird weapon to have. Maybe, well, it's an assault. Maybe they have to use this to kind of dig trenches or whatnot, or to hide, but there is a shovel. So it's a foldable shovel. There is a peg connection here as well, so it can go to on the back here, I guess, or onto the here. I kind of wish there's a peg connection here or a swappable piece. That would have been great, but there's that. What else? I think that's pretty much it for the most part. I took more pictures in my Facebook page. Here's the water slide decal sheet with the ice here, just in case if ever something happened to the existing ice here, or if you paint it, you can reapply them. There's a lot of decals or different markings for them. This is just out of the box. I didn't have a chance to paint them. Another thing I want to point out, there's actually this one that goes on to the, let's see if I can get a better. Alright, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but these are markings, or the patches, the shoulder patches that you can put to the side here, maybe even on the front here if you want to. But for ranks, we got 2 here, you got a 3, there's 1 there. I'm not familiar with the military or what the ranking they have for each one. It probably goes over like lieutenant, sergeant, then you have a captain, and or maybe a major, but you have a lot of those cool markings there, or even just a private. So yeah, really nice. Yeah, you get a lot of those. You can put it here. There's a lot of possibilities. Just the only unfortunate thing, I wish there's another body. It'd be cool to have 2 kits in one, but that's probably just wishful thinking. Anyways, I think that's it. And before I forget, we have this last one. So this is like the helmet. We have the black visor there. Had some nice details onto the side there, and peg connections. Basically for the shoulder patches, you can actually put it here as well for the ranking, which is a really cool idea. And now we're just gonna swap it here. Quite easy. Pop it out, pop this in, and there we go. Really cool. And it does gonna look like a stormtrooper from afar. A feeling one. So there you go. It's a really nifty kit. I really enjoy building it. There's a lot of possibilities. Technically, you have 3 different heads and 3 different bodies. You know, we have the armored one, then you have one for each skin tone for the 2. You probably could make 9 figures out of this, but the problem is you gotta have to buy 9 kits. You can only make 1. Other than that, the next up, there is going to be a sniper or grappler. That's the next kit that they're coming out with. I can't wait for that one. Seems like it's the same body mold all throughout. You're just getting different heads and different accessories, which I'm okay with. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. So until then, this is Meats. Thanks for watching.